Laura Ray, and today I'll be talking about letting go of makeup that doesn't work. This isn't a bad thing. You know, as we get older, some products just don't work well anymore. And I really look at aging as a privilege. And with all of the products we have available to us now, there's no need to have something that doesn't work well and isn't doing its best for you. If you like these kinds of videos, make sure you subscribe and like the video. Let's start off with mascara. I have used many affordable mascaras, and what I found is lots of them dry my lashes out. I didn't need to worry about that so much when I was younger, but now my lashes seem a little more fragile, and I want something in them that's going to condition them and keep them healthy and keep them from breaking. So I have a very affordable mascara for you that I like that has great ingredients for hydrating the lashes, and that's the Neutrogena Healthy Lengths. Now what I've done today is I've put it on this eye, and on my other eye I have the It Superhero. It recently sent this to me, but I have purchased it before in the past, and it really is great. Both of these have ingredients in them that are going to hydrate the lashes and keep your lashes looking better, feeling better. What I like is neither one of these clump on my lashes. Now, as far as length, I feel like looking at my lashes, I get better length from the It Superhero. Today, I put on 2 coats. I put on 1 coat on each of the lashes, let them dry, and went back and did a second coat. And what I found is as I built the It up, it sort of was catching on itself and giving me some extra length. So if it's in your budget, I definitely recommend the It Superhero. But if you're looking more for something affordable, this was so inexpensive. I bought it on Amazon for a little over $7. I love the brush on the Healthy Lengths. It's not a plastic brush on this end. It's the spiral kind of brush we're used to, and I just really like it. Now on the It Superhero, it has a longer brush than the Healthy Lengths. Let me compare the two for you. So this one is a tad bit longer, which helps me to get into my deep set eyes a little better. I can get into the inner and outer corner, but they're both very lightweight. I was amazed at how lightweight the Neutrogena brush was, and I really like that. So both of these are excellent for mature lashes. The second thing I'm letting go of is anything with heavy fragrance. Many of you are like me. You sort of have some allergies, and these fragrances stop us up, make it harder to breathe. It's just not good. Some makeup with heavy fragrance will give me a rash too on my face. So I just want to stay away from anything, whether it's a lip product, a blush. Now, speaking of blush, we don't usually think of fragrance in a blush, but one that I'm thinking of is CoverGirl. The shade Mink was one of my favorites for so long, but it has such a perfumey smell. I repurchased it, I don't know, several months ago and couldn't use it because the fragrance was so strong. So even with blush, I'm being more attentive to fragrance. I love this Merit blush. I have bought a few myself. They recently sent me this shade and I fell in love with it immediately. Rouge. I am so into the red. Red has become a big shade. I just think it gives so much life to my skin, and it's so natural. Now you can put it on with a brush. Lots of people like to take a dome-shaped brush, go into the blush, but I actually, with the Merit, because it just blends so beautifully, like drawing it right onto my face. And I don't do that with many of the products anymore because it's usually patchy. But with this, it's so easy to use. I love this shade. So this is the kind of blush I'm going for, something that isn't heavily fragranced, that I can just enjoy putting on my makeup and not have to worry about the smell. An affordable blush I'm loving is this one from Catrice. crease. I bought it in the pink and ordered it in the apricot because I love the pink so much. This is such a finely milled powder, and then on this side is a cream. You can do either. You can do powder with a cream on top if you want a dewy look. You can do the cream first and put a little powder to keep it more intense, to make it last longer. But this is such a great little palette and super affordable. The third thing that I'm letting go of is eye pencils that drag on the eye and are not waterproof. My eyes are so deep set as I smile, as I talk. If the eyeliner's not waterproof or smudge proof, it's all over the place. I tried one recently, a pencil, and it was a mess on my eyes. So I'm going to be much more careful when I choose eye pencils to test out because I don't want to waste money either. And I'm on a budget like you are. I can't just buy anything that I want. So I'm very careful and do a lot of research before I go testing products. For so long, I have wanted to try this Victoria Beckham eye pencil. So I went for it. And the reason I did was my friend Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, after 60, bought one and was raving about it. Now, Melissa, 55, she has talked about it for so long. This is her all-time favorite eye pencil. Well, I bought it in the shade Olive. And wow, is it just beautiful. I've never had a pencil that went across my eye like that. And as we age, I'm getting more crepiness on the lid like most people would. And so if you don't have a pencil that glides like that, it catches, it makes it difficult to work with. It can look patchy on the lid. So I was so impressed with this pencil. There's another shade I really want to order. And then on this end, they have a sponge to smudge. Once you give this a minute or two to dry, it's not going anywhere. I wore it the other day. I had no mess. My eyeliner just looked perfect after a long day. And with me living in Florida and most of the year, it's just so humid. I can't play around with eye makeup. If I'm going to wear it, I have to make sure I have something that's smudge proof. Now, for an affordable liner, Melissa had said in one of her Instagram posts that she had tried one I had recommended, and it reminded her so much of the Victoria Beckham, but a lot more affordable. And it's from CoverGirl. It's their Exhibitionist 24-hour kohl eyeliner. And this is in such a gorgeous shade. This is the shade Burgundy, and look at how beautiful. And this is another one that when it dries down, it's not going to go anywhere. So if Victoria Beckham is not in your budget, I definitely say go for the CoverGirl. The fourth thing I'm letting go of is just putting any shade of eyeshadow on my eyes. I have found that if I'm going to an event or going anywhere special, that my best look is a nude. And also a matte on the mobile lid with a little bit of shimmer, sort of putting it on like eyeliner. So that's what I'm doing today with a palette. I don't know why I waited so long to get this, and I didn't even get it on sale. Unfortunately, right after I bought it, it went on sale. But it's the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox. So many beautiful nude shades to choose from. The world's your oyster with this palette. I just love it because it's got the nudes, the shimmers, deeper shades that I could use as eyeliner. So many beautiful mattes. And the shade I use today, Quarry Days here, is a little bit of a warmer shade. And it's so funny because part of why I came up with the idea for this video was someone in a comment in one of my videos said, those shades don't look good on you. And I thought, well, the reason I'm trying some shades is I'm reviewing makeup. So I don't always pick everything that looks good for me. I'm thinking of my viewer. And my viewer is going to get tired of watching me put on the same colors, maybe my best colors, week after week. So I do try purples and some other shades that I think you might like that will look great on you. I have a neutral skin tone. I have hazel eyes. So there are certain shades that are going to look prettier maybe on blue eyes eyes or brown eyes than my eyes. That's why I like to try different shades on my eyes. And I will definitely continue to do that on camera. But for myself, if I know I'm going somewhere, I'm going to stick with the nudes because I think I can bring the color out more in the lipstick and the blush and get a prettier eye look. Also, I wanted to mention a tip. What I like to do is use a colorful eyeliner. So I might use a neutral eyeshadow, but I'll go in with a teal green or some kind of blue shade, a navy liner. I love navy liners. So I use a little bit more color for the liner to give a more colorful look without having so much on the lid. The fifth thing I'm not doing is I'm not buying any makeup that doesn't have skin-loving ingredients, at least for the most part. I need that skincare to make the product apply properly. I don't buy makeup with skincare in it for the skincare benefits because there's so little in it, and I have a nice skincare routine that I do, so I'm not depending on it for that, but it definitely changes the way the makeup looks all day and the application. So today I wanted to share with you, I'm so excited to share this comparison. We are going to do a comparison of the new Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Stick and the Fenty Beauty. This one is called the Blur Stick Smooth Tint Skin from Fenty Beauty. I bought the shade 3G2. Now the shades are not a match. They're not. The Fenty, I bought one that was a little bit lighter. But what amazed me when I looked at the ingredients is they were almost exactly the same. The Fenty had castor oil in it, which the Milani didn't. And actually, I'm glad the Milani doesn't, because what I find with the Fenty is that the castor oil makes it slide around on my face and gets into my fine lines and wrinkles. I noticed more of the makeup collecting in the lines here where I had to sort of pat it with a finger to blend it out or add some powder. On the Milani, I didn't really see much of that. Maybe a tiny bit after I'm talking for a while, but not worth talking about. This is amazing. I actually like the Milani better. I think it looked better on my skin. Now, one thing I want to tell you, when you buy it, they have a little cap they keep on top. You'll want to save that. You don't want to throw that away because that's to keep the makeup from drying out. But one warning, because I messed up, is make sure you can see my foundation is a mess here. Put the stick all the way down before you put the cap back on. Otherwise, you're going to have a bit of a mess. But I am just loving the look of the Milani. I think it's beautiful. Now, they both come in 25 shades. I thought that was interesting. And so there's a lot to choose from. In the Milani, I bought light medium, and it's just a great shade match, I think, for me. If I went any darker, it would be too much. It might look a little lighter here when I'm filming with the lights. At home, the shade match was almost perfect. Milani, on their website, says to use your favorite Milani primer. And I did. I used the Conceal and Perfect blurring primer. I've been using this quite a bit and I love it. And I decided to put it on both sides of my face so that we could have an accurate comparison. This worked great. I have used the Milani stick and I used it without any primer, and it definitely glides across the skin and blends better with the primer. So these two together are a perfect match. If you haven't seen the Milani primer before, it feels very cool on your skin. I take it in my fingers and warm it up like this so it doesn't roll off the skin. And then you just sort of glide it across the skin. I don't put it everywhere. I put it in areas where I have deeper pores and fine lines. So this isn't something I'm putting all over my entire face. I just put it in strategically. I love the primer. It works great under other foundations that I have. As you can see, I've used quite a bit so far. It has a little scooper in it. I have it in my bathroom, but it works amazing with the stick. And I think the Milani is even better than the Fenty. By the way, the Fenty's $36. The Milani is $16.99. So there's quite a price difference. There is a slight difference in the the amount of product. In the Fenty, there's 0.32 ounces. In the Milani, there's 0.28. So not much of a difference, but I did want to point that out. I wanted to share the brand new Milani Keep It Full Glossy Plumping Balm. I am loving these. Many makeup companies have come out with these sticks. Tarte was one of the first I saw to come out with them, but I'm so glad they're at the drugstore. This just clicks from the bottom. In the Milani, I bought the honey and I wanted to line my lips, so I grabbed my Maybelline Lifter Liner in the shade On It. And I think this is a beautiful nude lip. I feel like these aren't as heavy as the Tarte, which I've said before, I really like that. I like that about the NYX sticks too that they came out with, that the formula felt a little thinner on the lips. The other shade I bought is number 140. By the way, I'll have all the shades and all the products listed in the description of the video. Just hit the more button. Another lightweight product that I'm loving is this one from L'Oreal, the Lumi Le Glace. This is in the shade Glassy Pearl, and it's number 610. I love this. I think it's just gorgeous. I showed this in a video, I think in one of my YouTube shorts, and someone asked me if it was sticky. And as it dries, I do feel a little stickiness to it, a little tackiness, but not where my hair or anything sticks to it. But like many of these types of products, like I can feel now with the Merit, it's almost dried down, but there's just a moisture to it, which I actually like. That keeps my skin from feeling dried out. So I actually really like that. And I have combination skin, but it still works for me. The sixth thing I'm done with is heavy makeup. I am just done with it. It doesn't work for me. I was going to do a video on Rimmel products, and I love Rimmel. If you notice in their ads, there's no one close to my age in the ads. They're all in their late teens and I would say early 20s. And I know I've seen other YouTubers do videos how much they love Rimmel, and there's a lot from Rimmel I do love. And if you'd like a video, let me know down below because there's so many things. But I was so disappointed because the foundation just doesn't work for me anymore. And I used this for quite a while. I love this. I first heard, I think Emily Noel recommend this maybe over 10 years ago. It was a long time ago and I used to use it. But this is a full coverage foundation. Since I can remember, they've always put out some kind of full coverage. This is their lasting finish 25 hour. Well, this looks so thick on my skin no matter what I did. It made my pores stand out. It just didn't look good. And I tried it for a few days. I almost was like, you got to be kidding me. I love makeup. I got to make this work. And it just wasn't working. So I had to just say, I have to say goodbye to this Rimmel. Now, if they come out with something more lightweight, I know they do have lighter weight products. I would definitely want to try it because so many Rimmel things have worked for me. But I'm done with these heavy foundations. The foundation I used today, the Milani, is so lightweight. You would think because it's a cream stick, it's something heavy. It is not heavy. When you just blend it into the skin, it's very lightweight. I don't even feel like I have makeup on right now. Another comment I got recently was that powder at our age, including me, is not your friend. And I have to disagree with that because there are spots on my face that I don't have wrinkles, like my nose. My nose does not have wrinkles, but my nose gets shiny and that can ruin my whole makeup look. When I film, sometimes I have to be very careful because with the lights and the heat, especially in the summer, my nose gets so shiny. And most people don't like shiny makeup. And so I am loving this Too Faced powder. I think the woman that said that probably has not bought a powder that's super finely milled. I agree with her that some powders would look horrible on me. They would be too thick, too cakey. But something like this from Too Faced is so lightweight. And of course, it also depends on how much you put on. So if I just take a puff like this, I buy these on Amazon, and I just tap in to the powder, get some here, I can just strategically put the powder. And this is a blurring powder. It's actually called Born This Way soft blur. The whole purpose is to blur lines. So if I say, oh, this is starting to show up a lot, I can just tap into this and the lines almost disappear. I have a deeper line here. It can get shiny. It can collect product. So if I put a little powder there, that just disappears. And my nose, I don't have any lines, so I can just go over the nose like this, and it will take that shine right off. And even in here, I don't have any lines in here. I have more of an issue with pores. So this will help the pores diminish. So while many powders are heavy and I would give them up, this is one I'm going to hold on to. Let me know in the comments below if there are any products you're thinking of letting go of this year or products you refuse to let go of. Remember, all the links, everything's in the description of the video. Thank you so much for shopping those links, for sponsoring my channel. You are the sponsors, and I appreciate you more than you know. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll see you soon.